Hello, my name is Julia Lawson, and this is my video for our personal narrative in LST 370. I'm choosing to film this video for you today and give you 3 big life moments from my backyard in my most favorite spot to sit and read and study and reflect, poolside. Let me preface just by saying I'm a really private person, and this is extremely anxiety-inducing for me. I'm not comfortable telling stories about my life. I'm not comfortable talking about myself, but I'm going to share anyway. I'm going to have to say that the 3 biggest moments of my life all took place in the 90s. I was born in 1970, so the 90s put me in my 20s. The first really big life moment for me was when I was 20. I got really sick, and I was sick for a long time, about a year. So when I was 20, I was living on my own. I had roommates. I was working in a record store. I was going to school part-time and being a 20-year-old. And I slowly started to deteriorate. I was losing a lot of weight. I couldn't keep food down. I was in a lot of pain. And this continued for about a year, and I couldn't get a diagnosis. I couldn't figure out what was going on. So I had to move home, and 2 weeks before my 21st birthday, I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. And that was a biggie. So next, I find myself leaving California in 1994. I left California to move to Las Vegas. I was essentially homeless at the time. I had been sleeping on couches and crashing with friends, and I moved to Vegas. And I was pregnant when I moved to Vegas. It was a real unexpected moment because I didn't know I could have children. I decided right away that child would be put up for adoption. And later that year, I went on to give birth alone, and I placed that baby up for adoption with a beautiful family in Canada. I still have a beautiful relationship with them and with my daughter. Her name is Taylor. A year after Taylor was born, I got sick again. This time, I was found by my boyfriend on the floor in our bathroom. My lips were turning blue. My fingers were turning blue. I wasn't breathing. My blood pressure was dangerously low. I was sick. I had sepsis. And I had an emergency surgery that day. And I spent about 8 weeks in the hospital. Then I recovered and went back to being a 20-something-year-old, building a life with my boyfriend, who became my husband and is still my husband 26 years later. The next really big life moment was we got married, and then we had 2 children. Franklin was born in 1997, and Jacob was born in 1999. So that whole decade really shaped who I was. It was some of the lowest moments in my life, the highest moments of my life. Everything kind of culminated in my 20s. And I'm sitting here scared to death to tell anyone about my story as a 50-year-old woman from my backyard. But I'm glad I shared, and I hope you enjoy hearing my brief little decade of the 90s. Those experiences really went on to shape who I was. I learned how to pivot. I learned how to live through adversity. I learned of my immense amount of strength, and that, you always push forward. You always make the most of what you have, and you just never give up. And that's what I continue to do today with my crazy decision to re-enter college at my age and finally finish something I started a long, long time ago. So thank you for hanging poolside, and I hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you.